So I apologize for not having any audio here. Um, Hopefully that problem is resolved at this time and we can continue on this reading. I would just like to recap what we have been, what the cards came forward and Spirit would like to speak about today. And the theme has just been on inner child love, inner child wisdom, inner child trusting, and what it means to do that, and how we have been shaped by our parents, by our loved ones, by society, by the ones that raised us. And when we take a moment to look at that, we can really find a beautiful magical portal waiting for all of us in order to engage into and to propel us forward into the next part, into the next scene, into the next area of your expertise and your enlightenment and your happiness, and you're bringing forward the dream life, the life that you in your heart know that you deserve. So sometimes we have to take a moment to just go back in order to go forward. If you have to take one step back in order to propel yourself 1,000 steps forward, are you going to be brave enough to do that? Because there can be so much said when we take a moment to look at our inner child, to look at the things that molded us without our consent. So if there's something that you're afraid to do, maybe you're afraid to speak out, maybe you're afraid to tell, the people around you how you feel about a situation. That could be because of a influence that you had as a child. All right, we've got this young child here at the gate looking at this beautiful rainbow, but he's unable to feel it. He's only able to witness it with his eyes. He can't feel it with his hands. This child may feel left out. This could bring up emotions of maybe when you were a child, your parents were busy, or whoever was, in the place of your parent. They could have been too busy trying to provide you with material wealth or food, shelter, clothing to pay attention to you. This can happen in so many different ways where we manifest abandonment issues into our lives, and it was totally out of our it feels like it's totally out of our control. This is just something that was contracted into your life, and now it's up to us to take, realize that it may not be your fault that this happened, but maybe now is the time for you to do something about this. I know for my own self, looking back into my childhood has been such a motivating and needed force in order to push me into my heart's desires, in order to help me to be honest with myself and to, move me in the direction that I've always wanted to be in. So I believe this spirit just wants to share with us this opportunity to take a look in the past, to feel the feelings that we had as a child, because they still are lingering within us. And there's a wisdom there waiting to be seen. With the Eight of Cups, we see options. We see the whole ocean at this little octopus's fingertips, but he's caged. He's stuck in a jar. He doesn't even realize that the lid is off and that he could swim away. So if we take a moment to realize all the things that we have at our disposal this very minute, everything in your life right now is assisting you to help you become more free, to help you become the more harmonized version of your true heart desires and needs. We've got hear ye, all princesses and princes. You are formally invited to get lost in your emotional inspirations and follow your dreams. So maybe you go through your day and something feels yucky, something feels unattractive, unappealing. What we have been taught to do by our parents, by many of us anyhow, is to just look the other way, go over here, distract yourself, find something to cover up that yucky feeling. When we do that, when we walk away from that, we are losing a piece of ourselves, because there is something there for you to understand about yourself. It could be that you just simply don't prefer that, or it could be a much deeper situation. It could be something that is coming to you in order for you to look at, to not only dispatch feelings that were held deep within, but also so that you can touch it, see it, feel it. And when you do, the Ace of Wands comes to you. Abracadabra. Right then and there, you are now on a higher platform, able to bring in, attract people, different situations, different environments. It's a magic that you harness, that you can have. So as soon as you see this emotion, label it, love it. This is the universe bringing in a physical, tangible experience for your heart to maybe bleed a moment, but to grow. Sometimes the best ways to grow are by looking at those unbalanced things. And maybe for some of us, it's to forgive one of our parents. Maybe you're not ready to forgive your parent yet. That's okay too. But just noticing where you are is giving the universe direction on what to bring to you next. If we don't notice where we are, how is the universe going to bring you the rhythm? How are they going to be instructed in order to commune with you and bring you the necessary ingredients for you to become something different, become more? All right, and then we've got this make a change card. For some of you, it's time to simply like cut your hair, move in a different direction, show up in a different way. The universe may be challenging you. It's throwing you a similar scenario over and over again because they would like to see you look at it differently, react differently. Maybe it's time to wear a shirt you never dared to wear because it just isn't in style, or it just isn't what everyone around you is wearing. Maybe time for you to get a little flowery in the way that you talk or in the way that you express yourself. There's something waiting to be harmonized within your life. And when you step out and make a little change, it's going to bring in new tidings, a sense of newness. And we all crave newness in our life. Stagnation makes us feel exhausted and unenthused and undesirable. All right, let's pull some more tarot to see what Spirit would like to talk about. Okay, we've got alone time. Okay, for some of you, there's going to be a situation unfolding where you are going to be spend a bit more time with yourself. Sometimes that can feel annoying. For others of you, it might feel exciting, like it's about time that you are able to meet yourself. Becoming your own best friend is one of the most beautiful gifts that one can learn to do on this earthly path. There's so much to be learned about our own selves. When you learn who you are, you learn what the thing is that you were meant to do. That's when you find your dharma, your soul purpose, your the one thing that really motivates you, that makes you want to get out in bed and give to society. Okay, we also have a healing coming through. So sometimes the only way to fully heal from something is to really seclude yourself and give yourself the necessary time that it takes in order to see this fully. And it's not going to be forever. This alone energy is not a forever thing. You are meant to have society. You are meant to be loved by many, many people. But there is something sacred about this path that some of you are on and some of you will be guided into. This could this could enable a career change or something brilliant coming out of you. I keep feeling somebody writing something. I would suggest putting a notebook by your bed with something to write with, because there's something that wants to come out of you. There's an inner peace that's clearing its way toward you. So some of you may have been back and forth, up and down, in and out. Just don't know where to go next. There's been so many directions. I could go this way, I could go that way. And it feels a little unsettling. It feels friction. It feels maybe like you debate with yourself inside. This is the card that's going to end up freeing you from this back and forth mentality, right? Something's not your fault, but it's time to do something about it. I keep hearing that. All right, let's grab some of these. We've got bitterness, resentment, anger, and hurtful words. So this could go either way. Maybe somebody spoke to you with a super angry tone in their voice, and it put you in such a low self-esteem or like low self-worth, or maybe you did this to another being and you just came off a little bit more angry, bitter, resenting them in a way that maybe was a bit too much. Or else you are starting to heal from this energy. Maybe learning how to, this alone time is going to teach you how to manage your words more effectively when somebody does you wrong. I feel like this sort of an energy is kind of like a bleed through, like a generational bleed through, where maybe it was handed down from parent to child, this anger issue, these hurtful words. And it could be your turn. It could be you being the very breaker of this chain, of this handed down ugliness that you're just ready, you've had it with. It's not who you are. You know that it's not where you want to be, and you've already gained wisdom from this situation. I also feel like there's like a manipulation technique that may have been handed down from parent to child. Could be one of your parents was very charming or charismatic or knew how to get what they wanted, and they would use this technique of kind of lifting someone up in order to get what they want. And this makes you angry. You don't like it. You feel the fakery within this energy, and it's time for you to kind of like oppose it by going alone and filtering that part out of you. And there's going to be a day that you come back to the situation with harmony, and you're able to, I feel like some of you may be in a situation where you're younger than the person you're going to be teaching how to deal with their anger, the resentment, their frustration because they don't have what the neighbors have, or they don't have what their sibling has. Okay, so some of you, and I have been the same for me at times too, some of you are experiencing some self limiting beliefs. So, negative thoughts are creating a roadblock in your life. So, right, a lot of us were just like taught to always wait for the other shoe to drop, or always expect the worst. That way we can prepare for the best. There's something that you're expecting the worst out of that spirit would like you to kind of look at, because it's creating some sort of a roadblock in your life. And right now I feel like that your angels are really trying to support you. They're trying to guide you. They're attempting to protect you, because they want to see your dreams become a reality. So where is it? Where is it that you are not believing in yourself, or you don't believe this situation can change? Because if you believe the situation can't change, then there's a really good chance that it's not going to. And I feel like you're beginning to like embark upon a change. So your angels just want to make sure that you are believing in yourself, believing in possibilities, believing that this situation can change, and it will change, because you are going to be the exponent that ushers in this change. And you know that you can count on yourself. You are the one person you've always been able to count on. So count on yourself at this point, because your belief systems are changing, your beliefs are changing, your desires are even going to change. We've got a realignment here. Shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity. Okay? It's not always easy to shift your perspective all in one sitting, but work on it, because you have the wisdom already. And your guides are attempting to realign you. Talk to your guides. Explain to your guides that you would like to realign in this area. Ask them for the assistance. They are here. This is them handing you what you need. But you have to interact with them a little bit. You have to give them the go ahead. Ask them to assist you to realign. And it may not happen overnight, but you will be guided to the next thing that you need in order to move your thought system, in order to move the people around you, in order to move your atmosphere. You have the ability to direct this. Your heart's desires are important to not only the universe, but to your guides. And it's time for them to become important to you as well. So how do you want to feel? If you have $1 million and you're miserable, that's no life. If you have $1 million and you are happy, then you're going to be able to use that to help society, to help yourself. And you're going to be able to add to the lives of all. So maybe it's time to Start jotting down, how you are wonderful, what you have to offer society. How can you be productive in this world? Like, what are your gifts? What are you good at? Start jotting them down. They may change, but you already have gifts. You already have things that you are so good at, and those things that you are just naturally so good at is something that can bring balance to another person next to you. And when you bring balance to someone that's standing next to you, then the universe showers you with more balancing energy. So connect yourself to your gifts. And if you need to get alone a little bit longer in order to find more of your gifts, then don't be afraid of that, because something beautiful is flowering out of it. We've got impulse buyer. Okay, some of you are buying too quickly without researching. It is Christmas time, right? We want to get the people that we love something good. But Spirit wants to just remind you that a little bit of research can go a long way. Reading, the description, maybe asking questions to the retailer is going to better prepare you with if something is right for you to purchase at this time. So be cautious on what you're buying. I'm not saying don't spend your money, but just be a little cautious right now. Read it thoroughly. Find out, I get it that it's not always fun to do that, but it's going to help you right now. Then we've got foodie photographer. Ooh, so it may be time to make a plate of food that's pretty. Make a plate of food a little prettier than you normally would. Maybe buy, a pretty vegetable to put on the side of your plate, or do something a little different so that when you go to eat your food, it's going to look really appealing, because something about that is going to be healing for you. Or when you go to a restaurant, maybe look and see what's pretty. Something on the menu that looks pretty is going to appeal to you. It may be like a new food that's going to be introduced to you. Or maybe it's time for you to take some pictures of your food and, I don't know, send it to somewhere, put it on something, because there's something interesting there with food. Maybe you love to cook food. Maybe you're going to start liking to cook food. Maybe you are going to start cooking new foods. All right. Worth. You're being asked to honor your worth. It can be so easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. This simply isn't the case. You are worthy, okay? There aren't people on this world that were meant to be happy and people that weren't meant to be happy. That's not what's going on here. It might look like that at times, but that's not the truth. Everybody on this earth that has a good heart is meant to be happy. All right. And if you're not at that point yet, that's because there's something that's been oppressed that hasn't been fully understood. So don't get lost in believing that happiness isn't for you, because it's for you. It's for everybody. It's definitely 100% for you. And you will get there. All right. You're gaining wisdom right now. You're becoming knowledgeable. You are learning what makes you tick, what makes you untick. You are worthy, and you have an inherent value. You have such a worth for this world. That's what I was saying before. There's something within you that was meant for all of society to understand, to know about you. And there's going to be a point in your life that you get like busy like a little beaver and constructing this, because I can feel that. You're going to be getting like busy like a beaver constructing this method that you have, or this product that you have to give to society. It might be like a method of making people's lives better, or it may be a product that you're going to create. So it's time to cherish yourself, and it's time to see your true worth, because you are of source energy, you are of God, and you are unique, and you are here for a reason. So consult your heart if you ever don't know if you should be going this way or that way, because nothing comes to you on accident, dear ones. Nothing. Everything that comes to you is kind of like a test, but if you fail, it doesn't matter, because it'll just start over. So don't be afraid of failing, but everything that comes to you is a test. It's just the way it is. And we can mess up and we can make mistakes and we can fail that test like 100,000 times. But if you want to pass the test, then start learning where your emotions lie. It's time to get lost in your emotions a little bit, because inspiration's growing out of it. Wisdom is growing out of it. And I feel like you're healing right now, because you're going to take that healed version of you to inspire the world. Maybe teach something. I see you entertaining society, entertaining other people with something that you love. All right. Let's grab Angel of Abundance card, message. We've got pay yourself first. Okay, so it might be time for you to, if you can only save $1, save $1. If you can save $5 this week, save $5. You get the picture, right? Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care will ensure that you'll have a savings to invest in your present and into your future. So we need to feel safe while we are doing this work. And Spirit is just guiding you to put a little bit of money away. Maybe don't spend your whole paycheck, save a little something. You're gonna be thankful that you did that. Now we've got motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Oh. So for some of you, spring is going to be a time where you flower, where this beautiful thing that's growing inside of you actually takes root and submerges and emerges out of the earth and opens up this beautiful fragrance and this beautiful, unique, flowery energy that is your heart and is your soul. So motivation will be here when it's time for you to be motivated. There's a rhythm to this situation that you are in. And you will feel the rhythm to this situation. Let's see, what is an energy that they can embrace at this time, Spirit? We've got Mars energy and Gemini. So it may be time for you to start talking to other people about one of your desires. It may be time to start planning some strategic movements toward it. And it may be time for you to take a little bit of action, maybe online, maybe research other people that have been interested in whatever it is that you're interested in. Because Gemini asks us to get our tongues moving, get our thoughts in motion. And Mars energy really wants us to get in touch with your desires. What are you passionate about? What is it that excites you? And then we've got Saturn in Pisces. So just remember, if you lose something at this time, and I don't mean like a loved one, I don't mean like the death, I'm more so talking about a loss in a job, or a loss in an environment, or a loss in a friend or a relationship. If you experience a loss at this time, then that is something that is only going to spring you forward into more growth, into more love. So, any loss that may be occurring at this time, I know it might not be fun to go through, it might be gut wrenching. Explore those feelings a little bit. Don't let them eat you alive and destroy every day of your life. But don't be afraid to know yourself. Know that you're able to feel like that, because there is wisdom there for you. All right, any last parting energies that we can embrace? We've got Jupiter and Taurus. This is money coming in. There is some creative avenue, it's like a business opportunity coming forward for you. This is something to be excited about. So trust in divine timing, because you have riches in your cards. You have wealth. I feel like you're going to be embarking on like a career that brings you joy and abundance. And it's going to be like something you wholly deserve, wholly have worked for, and you wholly desire this energy. Yes, it's so exciting. Congratulations, guys. You're doing the work, you're getting there. You've been busy. You've been consulting your heart, you've been consulting people that know more about you in this area, and it's really changing. It's really changing your whole world. Nice work. All right, let's see if we can get a couple more cards, energies to work through or energies to pursue. Okay, so there's a goal. This either speaks to that business opportunity that you have coming, or else this is spirit letting you know that everything is on time, everything is working out. Keep your eye on the prize. We've got purpose. Expect good outcomes. Your destination is coming. Readiness, preparation, prompt, arrangement. So, what can you do to get yourself ready, right? When we're alone, it doesn't mean to just not do anything. Alone doesn't mean, oh, just go sit on the couch and do nothing all day. It means go within, find yourself, play around with something, play around with something new. Take a step in a different direction that you've never taken a step into. Take a step into the direction that you're afraid to go in. That just might be the accelerant, the foot on the pedal, being strong enough to actually take that step. You're ready. Spirit's saying you're ready to take a step in a direction. What's that step going to be for you? We've got fright. Fright can be paralyzing, right? Being afraid can actually paralyze the shit out of you. So, are you going to let fear control you to the point that it keeps you from your destiny, keeps you from your dreams, keeps you from where you know you are meant to be? Because spirit already knows you're meant to be there, and so do you. We all have phobias. We all get scared. We all get paranoid. We all care what other people think of us. We all want other people to like us. We all want people to feel safe when they're around us, and we want to feel safe when we're around other people. So, sometimes when we venture out into an unknown territory, it takes a lot of will. And sometimes we might feel a little afraid that other people aren't going to accept us. But are you going to let that paranoia keep you back from where you know you are meant to be? I know you're not going to forever. We all let fear control us for a little while until we get brave enough to just do it. All right, another energy that we should look at, Spirit. I've got self-love. Yeah, of course, self-love is here. You know that you are your own best cheerleader. So be your own best cheerleader. You know that you are the best person to love yourself. You know that you can love yourself better than anyone else. So do it. No one else is ever going to love you the way that you need to be loved because you know yourself better than anyone else. So if you need time off, find a way to get it. If you need time to do this, find a way to get it. If you need to put money aside to make you feel safe, then put some money aside. Only you are going to know what you need. And there's going to be a huge self-healing when you do that extra little thing for yourself today. All right. And then we've got profession. Your desires are going to become your profession at some point, guys. You have a real talent. You have an expertise in there's an area in this life that you are an expert in or you're becoming an expert in. There's going to be people that you end up chit-chatting with that have the same profession or the same desire, the same excitement for this area. That's because you have a soul contract with these people, and they will come into you. There's no doubt about it. They have to. It's part of your evolution. It's part of your idealized life. And when this inner child work is done, when this inner child work, it doesn't even have to be done. It just has to be worked on. It's going to bring in like beautiful tidings. It's going to bring in people that assist you with your true destined profession. They're going to provide you with more instruction on how to get there and bring you more of like a directive. So, do a little research. Make time to look into your desire. Debate a little back and forth with somebody that's done this before. Because this is the universe harmonizing you into this new path. And if you need to gain wisdom for another couple years, then gain the wisdom. Some of us have to hold down 2 jobs. Some of us have to do some balancing act in order to get to our desired outcome. You're strong, you're athletic, you're ready, and you're not alone. Even if you feel like you're alone, you're not alone. You may be so alone in so many different ways, but truly you're not alone because you're there for yourself. And when you're there for yourself, you can never be alone because you are beautiful. Thank yourself for being there for you. And then be honest about what you desire and be honest about what hurts you, what brings you pain. When do you feel like you're left out? Why do you feel left out? Be honest about it and be okay with it and send it love. And once you do that, you're going to bring in a whole new set of circumstances for yourself to walk into a new platform. Maybe we have to, journal a little bit. Oh, it hurt me when my mom did this, blah, 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 blah. It hurt me when my dad did this, da, 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 da. It hurt me when my sibling did this, da, 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 da. Maybe a little bit of journaling is going to be the consultation that you needed. Maybe talking to somebody else that experienced that will open your heart. Protect. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy, okay? So right there, when I say maybe you need to, talk to somebody, be choosy who you speak with. Okay? Definitely don't just go out and tell everyone you work with all your painful memories of when you were a child, unless they are like a beautiful person, somebody that understands, love and energy work like you do. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you seem to do effortlessly. But it's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. All right? We just talked about that. So, how are you going to continue this healing journey while protecting yourself? Know that everybody around you is always, they don't mean to, but everyone around us is always in it for themselves. And they can be a beautiful person full of love and they still are getting something out of a situation. So, when somebody has love as their base, you can trust that they're not going to hurt you when you explain to them your past pains. But somebody that doesn't have love as their motivation, could use it to hurt you. And we don't want that to happen. You've been through enough. All right, let's just get a little advice from your angels right now. Challenge, determination, and resistance. We've got the 7 of fire. 7 talks about having possibilities. There could be people that come at you, so you do need, this is talking about protection again. You do need to safeguard yourself and know when is the appropriate time to speak of your situation, because this healing is sacred that you're doing, and you don't need assholes using it against you. Okay? That's just spirit saying it double times. All right, let's get another angel message before we end. We've got the 7 of earth. Investment, assessment, and patience. This means it's coming, guys. This is your angels blatantly say it's coming. It's coming. Are you going to be able to be patient enough to wait for it? Of course you are. If you have to grumble once in a while that you don't have it yet, it's okay to do that. It's sincerely okay. That's all part of it too. Just know you're grumbling. Just don't grumble and complain without knowing you're doing it. All right, if you need to grumble and complain for a few days, then that's because you're releasing something. Just try not to hurt too many people around you while you're doing it. Because your energy is, I feel like, even more impactful than other people's energy for some reason. How about give me a card on that, Spirit? Why is their energy so impactful? 9 of air. I feel like people actually think about you when they're going to bed. And I don't mean it in a weird way. Like, things that you say to them really stick. You have a sharp tongue, or a very resourceful tongue, or you just know how to say something. Your words cut deep to people. All right, your words cut deep, so just know this. Know that you're very influential on the people around you, and if you only have a few people around you, then those people are super influenced by you. Okay, another angel message for our viewers. We have the 8 of air. Self-doubt, confusion, and free will. Okay, so just remember, when you are doubting yourself, first of all, it's perfectly natural to doubt yourself. The only reason that you even doubt yourself is because you're this beautiful, wonderful person in the first place. But you don't need to doubt yourself. This self-doubt will only create confusion. And it is a choice. You have free will. It's time to take a step in the direction that you are afraid of. Okay? Maybe that step is believing in yourself. And we've got the Six of Water, memories, childhood, nostalgia. There we are again. So back to the beginning of this reading. Trust that whatever's coming up for you, be it related to your very, very innocent childhood, because I feel like most of you were just like this beautiful soul when you were a child, and something tragic made you feel left out. And it could be just by total accident this happened to you. Okay, but there's a childhood memory that needs to be embraced, needs to be loved, because a spirit doesn't want you mimicking the faults of your father, the faults of your mother, the faults of your grandparents, and on and on. There's some generational manipulation or schemes or opposition that is playing into your self-worth, that is playing into your confusion, your self-doubt. And when you release that by loving it, by forgiving it, by eventually thanking it, because it is going to bring you on an adventure, it is going to be part of your soul's purpose. And sometimes we cannot embrace our soul's purpose without having a little pain as the seedling to the gorgeous flower that is you. All right, guys. It was a pleasure to read for you today. Please leave me a like if this reading gave any value to you. And if you enjoyed any of it, I ask you to also subscribe to me as I continue my journey of reading for you guys. I send you so much love. You guys are such beautiful, beautiful souls, and the people that are attracted to my videos, just, I can feel their graciousness and their pain and just all the beauty that is you. And it's an honor to be able to feel that and send my love to you all. All right, guys. So I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.